Give some people some time to get in here. Hello. Hey, Rattle Trap. How you doing, buddy? Excuse me. Cut myself shaving earlier. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Thought we'd do a little live tonight. Hang out, talk. Hey, what's up, Pond Predator Nation? Thanks for coming in tonight. Not much. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm outside. I'm hoping I can still use this mic. Yes, good. Good. I'm glad. I'm afraid being outside, if I unhook the mic tonight, then it's just going to be the wind noise and the mic on the phone. Loud and clear. Good. Good. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody hanging out at home? Still under the guidelines in your area? Hopefully some people come in tonight and talk a little fishing, things we're going to do when all this is over, and hopefully that's soon for a lot of us. It's got a few spots today. Good. Good, Pumper. Hey, I went in this morning. I don't know if I got the time wrong or not. Maybe you couldn't go live. Maybe you couldn't get a signal where you were at. But I did swing over your channel this morning and I didn't see you. Or maybe you're in a different time zone than me. If that's the case, I apologize. It's a little awkward feeling being outside. My neighbors probably wonder, who the hell is he talking to? Yep, no hamburger or chicken in store, and no TP is not good here. Some fishing ramps closing. Yeah, Rattle Trap. It's the same here. The stores are running out of a lot of things. No meat in the grocery store. No toilet paper for days. Whatever that's about. I don't know. But they closed the state parks, the trails. Yeah, my apologies. Didn't get a chance to. Right when I was going to, people showed up and had to move. I understand. Yeah, that's right. They closed state parks here first because they closed down a lot of the state official buildings and offices where they wouldn't public gather or so they could socially distance. Right now, the only thing that's open is the boat ramp at the state park. You can access a boat ramp if you have a boat. I don't have a boat right now, so but you can access the boat ramps and you can access the trails. But you can't access like the banks near the parks. That's closed down. The picnic table areas are all closed down. Cabins, lodging, RV camps, tent camps, that's all closed down. And the other issue with that is the state parks that I went live not before last. I explained this too, but you weren't in here. But here in Pennsylvania, the state parks that, or excuse me, the bank access and the local parks and streams that aren't under the state guidelines, they are approved trout waters. The state excuse me, the state stocks trout in them. And in Pennsylvania, you can't fish in approved trout waters for anything between February 29th, the last day of trout season, and the season opener. Usually we had two season openers before, and we had the southeastern region that opened 2 weeks before the state because it warmed up quicker. But with the COVID-19 outbreak this year, we're only going to have the one opener, and that'll be April 18th. So there's no fishing in any local parks or anything that they would put trout in until April 18th. So I'm hoping to, go live, chat, hang out, shoot the snot a little bit with people. Hopefully, a lot of people like me who are, bored. I made a joke earlier in the week. I always thought guys like us were meant for the apocalypse. We can hunt, we can fish, we can shoot, we can track. The country boy can survive. But this has been the worst apocalypse ever. All I've done so far is hunt toilet paper and wash my hands. Sounds like a plan. Yep, Pomper, yeah. I mean, that's all. The worst apocalypse ever. Apologize for the sun behind me. It's the only, I need a little vitamin D. I need to get out in the sunshine. It's the only place that's really nice to sit for this. I'm trying to keep it out of the camera lens by putting my head between me and the phone. And it's just where I don't have an outbreak or nothing. I cut myself shaving earlier. My face is shaped funny, so sometimes I nick myself, especially right there with that, what do you call that thing? Cupid's arrow, Cupid's bow, whatever it's called. And then I got a butt chin too, so I cut myself right there too. I don't have an impressive beard, so on one Walmart here, it had a record day for people buying fishing license. Bad thing, everybody and their brother got a fishing license and invaded 4 of my spots. Yeah. I'd say that's going to happen too. Hamburger or chicken. We had a hamburger and chicken in the freezer, so I mean, we found some of it. We're not big preppers or nothing, but they do say that you never know when an emergency is going to happen. You should try to have a month's worth of food and supplies on hand in case, earthquake, tornado, hurricane, or up here in the Northeast, blizzard comes through. You don't know. You might be trapped in your house for a few days. Just a general guideline. I know a lot of people can't go and buy a month's worth of food and supplies and store it though. I went and picked up pizza earlier because it's No Meat Friday. What's really funny is Kentucky is going license free soon because of all of this. Huh, that's interesting. It's also probably going to put a big dent in your fisheries. And probably spread the virus, honestly. If it's okay for everybody in the state to go out and fish, social distancing is going to be a little hard. Hopefully a couple more people will come in as we go on tonight. Yep. Yeah, it's strange times we're living in. Sorry about that. Got disconnected. Hope you're all still with me. Am I back? We could start our own stream times. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I got a notification saying Dieter Melhorn's going live, so I guess it kicked me off because I'm not as big as him. I don't know. Maybe my 4G went a little spotty. I was wondering if I was going to have some problems this week with this because everybody being home, our broadband traffic is just jam packed right now. Ain't nothing for anybody else to do, you know, stream movies and watch YouTube or whatever. Very few people that I know, at least in my age bracket and younger, have like regular TV or cable anymore. Everybody streams everything. I don't have regular TV or cable anymore. It's all streams. I'm thinking about going on at 3 days a week. Okay, just let me know. I have to work at least 2 days next week, but probably take off the end of the week, and then I'll decide after that if I'm going back for a bit because we have to start homeschooling and cyber schooling our kids. I have school age kids, and it doesn't look like they're going back to school this year. I'm sorry about the pinging. I'm getting these notifications and I can't turn them off because I have to have the 4G to run the stream. That's what happens when you do it on your phone. Of course, I think my computer would do the same thing right now anyway. I have to do a little research how to turn that off when I go live. But if I did it right now, I'm sure I would drop this stream. So is anybody getting out to do any fishing right now? I can't, but hopefully you can. Catch one for me. Same here. Had to drop off my nephew's homework like driving to a hazmat facility. Yeah, it's tomorrow morning. Good, Rattletrap. Tell me what you catch in there. Yeah, it's our kids use. Our kids go to a charter school. Got a dink this morning. Good, man. It's more than I've got. I caught a bag of cod in the freezer aisle last week. Yeah, our kids go to a charter school. They have laptops instead of textbooks at the school they go to already, and they all have school emails, and they can submit their work through Google Classrooms and Jupiter Ed, I think it's called. So there are already programs and systems, excuse me, in place for them to go to cyber school. But I'm not a I didn't go to school for education, so I think sending your kids to school is better for their social adaptness. If homeschooling was really an option for us, we'd already been doing that. Never thought it was our best option. Me and my wife both work full time. But in these strange times, you gotta do what you gotta do. Catch is a catch. You got that right. Yeah, right now I'd settle for, bluegill, minnows, shad, bait fish, carp. I didn't care. Pretty much anything besides sitting here. But it's the responsible thing to do, I guess. So here, we're in an area of the world where the virus is really spread. We uh, it seems to be the only way to beat this thing is everybody just stop doing everything for 14 days and let it go on by. Caught 7 largemouth last Sunday, and week before that caught 25. I don't think I've ever had a 25 largemouth a day. Probably never. Might have had a 25 smallmouth day once. River fishing. I probably had a 25 smallmouth day, but I've never had a 25 largemouth day. Biggest was 4.9. Yeah, 4.6 is my personal best. Yeah, I like to bass fish. I'm just not the best at it. Never had a 25 any fish day. I've had probably smallmouth. I've probably had a 25 fish day on smallies. There's smallmouth they're stacked up pretty thick in Susquehanna up here. And I grew up on Del Hollow Reservoir in Tennessee. That's probably the best smallmouth fishery in the world. 7.5 pound here. Yeah, it's almost double my PB. And bass. Caught a 25 pound catfish. That's my personal best there, which is about half the size of some other people. White bass are going to be running very soon. There's not a lot of white bass up here in this area. There's some in the rivers, but not a lot of white bass in this area. I got a couple of things to work on, and then a floating vessel of some sort is coming, just so I can expand my fishing. Maybe a floating vessel of both sorts. I went kayak bass fishing with Chris Summerall, Fat Guy Outdoors. I did that last year. It's one of my fastest growing videos I made. Had a blast. Just so much fun. So I think I might get into that. So maybe with every non-essential or well, up here in Pennsylvania, it's non-life sustaining. That's what they call it. Business losing 70% of their income. Maybe the prices will drop soon. Might be able to find some good deals. Of course, if they're losing 70% of their business, they might have to jack up their prices. I don't know. CAC is definitely my future. Yeah, mine too, I think. The one I used was the Ozark Trail. The Walmart one. It's the same mold as the Sun Dolphin Boss 12. Took on a little water, and it's a little flimsily made. And yeah, you do have that seat problem. I think everybody has that. But it was about half the price of everybody else, even Pelican. And to get a sit on top fishing kayak with the lawn chair type style and the 400 pound weight capacity for $400 and something. I mean, if you have to do some modifications to it, you probably still in the long run end up spending less than you would if you'd went out and bought, well, especially if you'd went out and bought like a Bonafide or a Jackson, anything in the $1,000 market. Cheaper yaks. Yes, I'm in the same boat. I was looking at the Pelican Catch 120, and now I can also kind of eyeball the Pelican Catch 100 because I lost 35 pounds. I haven't been anywhere near as successful in the weight loss as you, Pine, but I'm working on it. Excuse me. My goal was 50. I was hoping to be 50 down by Easter, but I'm gonna have a hard time hitting that goal since I can't go to the gym now. I was going to the gym 3 days a week. Gym's closed. I can't go. Zivia, if you're concerned. 0 calories, 0 carbs. It was pizza night because it's no meat night, but we had the cauliflower. There's a small pizzeria near us. We decided to support our small business, and they also make a no carb cauliflower pizza for us. Go walking, that's what I did. Yeah, when I can, I walk. I do a lot of walking at work, but I live in a more populated city, so I have to find the right time where I can still maintain the 6 feet or the social distancing requirements. Try not to have more than 10 people in an area or whatever the rule is now. We're also on shelter in place orders here, so they even walking or whatever is supposed to be near your in the vicinity of where you live. Our yard's not that big. Guess I could just go walk around it 100 times. Excuse me. Just yawning. I didn't cough in my hand. I'm hoping these lives help me, help all of us. I mean, I go on other channels too. I'm losing a ton of watch time. I'm not. My videos aren't getting recommended. My videos aren't getting pushed anywhere near like they used to. Not even to my subscribers. Not even if you hit that notification bell. I've got creators I've hit the notification bell. Sorry. I've got creators I've hit the notification bell for that I'm not getting their updates. I'm only getting a couple of them here and there, maybe. Excuse me. Seems YouTube is only pushing the big creators my way where they can get more AdSense revenue. I didn't for you today. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll probably do something in the morning. Some sort of air and exercise. I gotta get the boys out of the house. You go stir crazy after a while. Are you monetized yet? I'm on the cusp. I need the watch hours, and I've not been getting them, especially during this. I've got playlists created. If you want to watch a playlist, let it play in the background. I appreciate it. I could do the same if you need it. Hey, what's up, Grant? And right now, a lot of people, even if they are monetized, they're getting demonetized if you say some of YouTube's no words now. They put you in the naughty corner. You can't talk about the only thing in the world everybody's talking about. Around yours and I. Appreciate it, Pon. Got a couple of different accounts here tonight. If you need some, let me know. I'll run your playlist. We all need each other's backs right now, guys. You think it was hard before for us? Well, then, no small creators, but it's not big creators. You think it was hard before? Whew. It's next to impossible now. Especially during all this. I was explaining last night that it's kind of a double-edged sword. YouTube will put you in the naughty corner if you say any of their no words. or you make a video talking about anything they don't want you to talk about. But the things they don't want you to talk about are the only things anybody's talking about. Look up Twitter, everything that's trending is about what's the only thing in the world trending. So if you don't make videos about the only thing that's trending, then people never see them. I appreciate that too, Grant. I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind this becoming a full-time gig one day. That would be great. That way I wouldn't have to debate what I needed to do during the pandemic. If you're your own boss, you ain't got to ask your boss what you need to do. I know everybody's got their opinions of them, but those 4 kids in Texas, I respect the fire out of them that they learned how to never punch someone else's clock, doing what they love to do before they could legally buy a beer. Most definitely. Yep. I mean, that's the goal. That's the dream, right? That's the American dream, ain't it? Not punch someone else's clock. Well, they say if you love what you do, you never work another day again in your life. I'd like to at least make enough to make a new truck and insurance payment. That'd be cool. I'd like to at least get enough views and maybe enough notice where even if people didn't, well, I mean, being able to do this full time, that's the goal. I don't begrudge anybody that wants to do that. If I could, I would too. I don't begrudge the Gugons. They can. I don't begrudge what's his name? The old guy in the Georgia, well, older guy, Flute Master. I don't. I mean, I watch all these channels too, but I don't begrudge anybody that can do that. I wouldn't mind because I am blue collar. I'm like a lot of other folks. It's making ends meet, so I wouldn't mind. Like some companies maybe reaching out to me and say, hey, if you'll make a video with this, we'll give you this much off of it. You know, I like a good deal. Everybody likes a good deal, right? Like I reached out to a couple of kayak companies when I was growing and trending, and then YouTube's rules changed and my growth didn't get to what I really was hoping to get to. Hello, Patriot Catfishers. Hey, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you coming in tonight. Patriot Catfishers, you had that catfish tournament last year, right? I think I saw some guys competing in that. Excuse me. Wet my whistle a little bit. Well, speaking of whistle, everybody working on them whistling videos for me? Yes, but I had to cancel this year. Yeah, I understand a lot of people had to cancel a lot of things this year. I just told the other guys in the chat here, our first trout opener has already been canceled. Metro Youth Day's been canceled. State parks have been closed. We're hurting more up here in a lot of other areas of the country. Although I'm sure everybody's hurting right now. I'm not trying to say you're not hurting. Everybody's hurting right now. Had to cancel this year. Catch up. Okay. Are you doing any fishing, though, Patriot? Or are you going out by yourself and practicing and maintaining some social distancing? Well, I haven't got anywhere I can really do that fishing up here right now. Hopefully this will give me advantage for the 2 online tournaments I'm doing now. Be cool. I went blue catfishing in a collab last year with Billy Claybo. It was a lot of fun catching blue cats off of Watts Bar Reservoir in Tennessee. We were down there for the Bassmaster Classic last March when it was on Fort Loudon. You heard anything about the trout stocking this year in PA? We are in shelter in place starting today. We've been in shelter in place for 3 days. I live slightly west in between Philadelphia and New York City. And New York City is a disaster zone. Philadelphia is pretty far up there too. The trout stocking in PA, yes, I have heard about the trout stocking in PA. What they have done is, okay, our trout seasons here start out with 4 different programs. We have first, before the first opener, we have the Mentored Youth Day. And if you're under the age of 16, you can fish the Saturday before the opener if you have the Mentored Youth Permit, and that's free to obtain, or a voluntary youth license, which basically volunteers like $12 to the State Game Commission to help stock and for conservation. I don't think I've ever bought the youth license. I've always got the Mentored Youth Permits for my boys. So you get the Mentored Youth Permits, and those are free. You just need the Social Security number, and then they need a mentor. You can fish with them as a mentor if you have a valid Pennsylvania fishing license and trout stamp, because it's a trout program, so you need the trout stamp. And that would open, the first opener was supposed to be April 4th this year. That has been canceled. The Mentored Youth Trout Day, the first one, has been canceled. I am uncertain if they've canceled the second Mentored Youth Trout Day. I want to say yes. I want to say that came along too, because that would have been the week between the Saturday after the first opener. In the 18 southeastern regions of Pennsylvania, it opens 2 weeks earlier. This year they have pushed everything back to the April 18th opener statewide. We all open at the same time. None of them will open before April 18th. And before they would have where they were stocking and when they would stock certain rivers or certain waterways. You look it up on the Game Commission website or the Fishing Boat website, and you just select the county that you're interested in and the water that you're interested in. They have the date and the time, and you could go help the Fish and Boat Commission stock. Well, they canceled all that. They've took that down off of the websites because nobody can go help them now. You're not allowed. And also, they won't be dispersing the trout. They won't be dispersing the stock trout throughout the streams and everything. What they're doing is they're pulling up to one spot on the bridge and they're putting the whole truck in there. So there's not going to be a lot of places that will have stock trout in them this year. And by stocking them now and nobody allowed to fish for them for a while, it's also very possible that birds and blue herring are going to get more trout than anglers are this year. And I know blue herring's a bird. It's one that came to mind that eats fish. That's what Pennsylvania is going through right now for the stock trout program. Got to run. So, hey, no problem, Patriot. Anytime you can give us, we appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, that's what we're going through with these stock trout program. And what's also hurting anglers a lot up here, not spacing it out, starve them out. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Stock trout aren't that smart when they first go into the water. They're still looking for stuff that smells like those pellets they feed them. Usually takes them a month or so to accumulate to eating whatever's in the water. But with nobody feeding them for a while, and I don't know, power bait might not even work now when it opens. You don't eat for a couple of days, you got no choice but to accumulate. I guess fish are like any other species, they adapt. Out fishing now. Hey, Art Belden, good for you, buddy. Man, I wish I was out fishing now. I gotta reevaluate why I live here. When I grew up in Tennessee, I had a pond behind me that was private, a pond in front of me that was private. I could social distance and cast a few lines there right now. 11 miles to a gas pump. But yeah, the bass and bluegill were active in the ponds at work today. Yeah, it's warming up. I, I, I mean, I'm no scientist, but I'm hoping that the warm up is what everybody needs. Nothing yet going to pour rain soon. Hoping the bite picks up. It might. It might pick up if you. Is it warmed up enough where you're at, Art, to turn on any of the bug activity? We're still kind of in that here. We're still kind of in that transition. Like the sun shined today, but we're not out of winter completely yet. So, I mean, I'm sitting outside right now, and the bugs aren't bothering me. I haven't seen a bug all day because it's still a little breezy. It's very comfortable for a human being to sit here, but yeah, 80 degrees last 2 days in Arkansas. Yeah, well, when the hatch turns on, that's when your fish will usually pick up. That's when they start feeding. That's also their trigger warning that the spawn's coming. Once the water temperature gets above 50 in most depths, 50 degrees, that's your magic number. If the water temps are above 50, that's when it turns on. Oh yeah, yep. But, and when the bait fish turn on, that's when it's the food chain, the chain reaction. And when everything warms up, the hatch turns on. The hatch turns on the bait fish turn on. That turns on the trophy fish for the bait fish. And each domino falls after the other. Gotta go. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck, Art. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Appreciate the view time. But here where we're located, which I was working on a video I explained last night. For those of you that didn't come in last night, or excuse me, not before last. Here where we're located, there are a couple of different factors right now that are interfering with. Keep up, Kelly. Thanks. There are a couple of other factors that interfere with our fishing opportunities. The approved trout waters thing. Any water that's approved trout water for the stock trout, which just about all of them locally are. They put a lot of money into that program here. You can't fish in during this time. And then, of course, I think bass actually ends in maybe this week. It may end tomorrow. I'm not sure. And then you can't fish for bass between then the season opener, which is the second week of June. You're not allowed to. You're not. It's a weird law. You're not supposed to fish for bass during the spawn. You can't sight fish bass on bed up here, and then so you can't sight fish bass on bed up here. So between that and then the season opener for bass, they don't really want you fishing for them. So that takes bass off of the list, and then of course the state parks and everything are closed. You can only access the boat ramps now because of the social distancing and state shutdown requirements. I wasn't winking at any of y'all. My wife waved at me at the door. No offense. That's crazy to me. Yeah, there are a lot of crazy laws in Pennsylvania. That too. Well, if you wouldn't think I was winking at you, have at it. If it makes you feel good about yourself. If you need that in your life. But yeah, it's illegal to fish for bass on bed in Pennsylvania. A couple other crazy laws too. I looked them up and researched for a video, and I just paid attention to the outdoors ones because I'm an outdoor channel. But there are a couple of just regular ones that are nuts too. Got to go fix dinner, roll back in a few. No problem, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, man. Guess it's just me and Grant for a moment. But it's illegal to sleep on top of your refrigerator outside. I don't know why anybody felt the need to write that law, but sure is on the books. I think it's illegal for, I forgot how many it was. It wasn't like a completely crazy amount of people, but it's illegal for more than, yeah. What was the other one? I'm sure these aren't enforced anymore, but it's illegal for more than, I forgot the exact number, but it's illegal for more than so many women to live in the same house, because it would be confused because then it would be regulated as a brothel. So if I guess you got a lot of sisters, they're just screwed. Somebody's got to go. Or, open a brothel. I don't do one of the two. You either got to move or open a brothel. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's that's one. Yeah. If you're from a big family, things are gonna get awkward. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Stanley Orchard? Thanks for coming in tonight. Island Outdoors wore some crappie out on bass lures the other night. Oh, there's not a big crappie population up here. The park that's got the lake that's got crappie in it right now. Not everybody can access right now. My pleasure, man. Hey, what's up, man? No problem. Just chilling, getting a little watch time. Give somewhere for people to come in and conversate and hang out. I was talking to you earlier. I think that StreamYard thing will work on your mobile browser app. So as this goes on, maybe we'll bring back, what was popular last year. If I know these live streams fell out of fashion, but Google Hangouts went away. So we bring back what was popular last year and all talk to each other, cure the boredom. It's cool. Okay. Yep. You're getting out any right now, Stanley? There's still places you can get out. I know they said they closed the jetty on you the other day or yesterday. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of uncertainty anymore. I'm out on the deck right now. That's one way to get some sunshine. Oof, breeze just went across my nipples. I'm humoring sneaking back onto the jetty for some of those fat sheep head and a possible video. Yeah, you might go viral. A lot of videos when you get busted by the cops, they seem to do pretty well. Things people do for YouTube views. Saw a girl lick a toilet seat the other day. I'm not doing that one. I'm all about the viral. Yeah, me too. I think a lot of us started to kind of figure it out a little bit. Started to grow and trend in the past year or so. Just got, excuse me. That's why I was drinking the Zivia. I need to do that. Pardon me. Just got absolutely hammered during all this. YouTube changed its rules. It's like YouTube just every time you get close, YouTube moves the goalposts. Don't say none of their no words now. You put me in the naughty corner. Not that I care. Wouldn't be the first time I've been put in time out. Yeah, it's hard to break through right now. Of course, I think a lot of people are doing what I'm doing, sitting here. But you don't. Well, I seen somebody last night say, well, just make what you've always made. I can't. If I could, I would. you know? If there wasn't a global pandemic outside, I would keep doing what I've always done. And I was like, well, what if you've always been what if you've always been news and current events page? Still not allowed to say those no words? The only thing that's in the news? Working out in the yard and listening, cool, Grant, appreciate it. I take whatever I can get. I'm going to try to hammer out 1 or 2 tutorials, top 5 videos. We will see. They're easy, just takes time. Yeah, I was actually working on that Everything's Illegal in Pennsylvania video, but I've got to redo it because some things aren't illegal anymore that was in there. And then some things that weren't illegal before now, or excuse me, some things that were legal before now are illegal. Strange times we're living in. PH, man, I forgot about that. Such a great idea. Yeah. I gotta redo it. I gotta re-edit it. I gotta find some new Creative Commons B-roll, I guess. B-roll kind of layover, show what I'm talking about. Because I've got to eliminate 2 things out of it. Well, actually, I've got to eliminate one thing out of it, and I've got to edit, make a special disclaimer for the biggest thing in it. No, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Special mention. Excuse me again. When are you coming back, Grant? And Stanley, no, I don't have a bug crawling up my nose. I cut myself shaving earlier. That's what happens when you have a funny shaped face. I'm funny shaped. Somebody just lit a grill. It's not a bad thing. Maybe I'll make a video of that. Grill my butt off. I can cook pretty good too, actually. My mom made us all learn when we were kids. Afraid nobody would marry my ugly behind, I guess. Guess it's just me and you for now, Stanley. Or Grant, whoever's watching. Hopefully some other people come on in. Hey, if you haven't already, guys, I really appreciate you share this, retweet it, put it on your social media, get some people in here. Stanley. Okay, hey, Stanley. Hey, brother, man, you gotta get that collab worked out. You know, when it's socially acceptable again. I don't think Texas is near as in the same disaster we are, so maybe you all crawl out of the madness before we do. I have a few worm videos planned. I'm going to try a private pond Sunday. I don't have any private ponds up here that I know about. We will going to have, and give me a second, I'm going to share this out. Appreciate it. Only showing one. Yeah. Yeah. There's two of you in here. It is only showing one. I don't know. YouTube only wants to give me half credit. Sorry, a little nervous energy. But yeah, Stanley, we're going to have to definitely work that out. Glitch. Hashtag glitch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I trust Google anymore. I guess they go, there they go, moving the goalposts again. But, hey, Grant, you're coming up my way, right, for Fat Man? Maybe me and you or all of us can get a trip in, too. I'll DM you my cell phone information and everything over on Twitter for you. Last weekend of May right now. Shared it. Appreciate it, Stanley. Thank you very much. Last weekend of May. Memorial Day. All right. I'll DM you all my information. You can call me, text me. We'll see what we can do. Depends on the sea stuff. Yep. I don't care what words you use. YouTube can't take any money away that I ain't making anyway. So. I used to be really big on trying to follow all the rules because I was so close and I was so close and I was so close. Then they moved it, yeah. Then they moved the goalpost again. I'm like, well, if y'all gonna keep moving the goalpost, I'm gonna stop trying so hard. Excuse me. And with a lot of their AdSense customers, they're the corporations that buy their ad times here, it's hurting so much right now. It honestly would not surprise me at all if YouTube just completely changed their rules again. After all this, you might need 40,000 watch hours and 1 million subscribers before we give you a dime. I don't know. Not to give them any ideas. We don't care how much hard work you've put into your 500 videos you've made. We don't care how many views and clicks you've given us in the past. I was monetized before the 1K, 4K stuff. It took me a while to get that. Yep. I had the, what was it, the 10,000 views? I had the view requirement and then they moved the goalpost. Then I had the sub requirement and then they moved the goalpost. Now the watch time requirement, it's like it's hard to build that because it's got to be within a certain time frame. And life, as it always does, went a little nuts in that time frame. I was right there, and then my views dropped off. My videos, I went from 2 videos a week to, a video a month because of everything. And then once I could get back into the videos, I'm not getting recommended, I'm not getting pushed. I can't do what my channel is about right now by legal decree. So I'm not getting recommended, I'm not getting pushed. If I make videos about, what everybody's making videos about, and then YouTube puts you in the no-no corner, you've been naughty. Because I saw bigger creators that were doing that when this first broke. They would make a Hangout or a live, or they would make a, you losing off the past 365 now? Yep, I am. I noticed like when all this was first happening and it was 24-hour news cycle about it, and it was the only thing trending on, still basically the only thing trending on Twitter. Twitter is the only thing trending on Instagram. It was the guys that would release their videos or their hangouts or their lives could not push past all that noise, and they would have to change their titles to add some of the keywords in just to get a click. Try changing titles, thumbnails, and tags, some of your older ones. Good advice. I'll do that. I'm also doing, this is my second one of these this week. But it's as much out of boredom as it is watch time. But I appreciate the watch time. I've done that. Changed old vids. You can kickstart them. Okay. Now, do you change them? Do you just change the tags and the thumbnails or whatever? You don't like relaunch it? Because if you relaunch it, then it would be a duplicate video, right? So you wouldn't, the views prior wouldn't count, right? Or you wouldn't keep getting the, something like that. You just edit the video and then leave it and then put it back public. So what y'all do? Also, if you make a video private, update tags and thumbs and then republish it. Yeah, okay. Cheating, but okay. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. But once you make it public again, then all those views it had before still count. As long as you don't delete it, right? If you make it private and then send it back to public, it launches as a new video, but it still gives you credit for all the views you had before, right? At least I'm hoping. I changed the thumbnail on a worm video that was doing decent with a good title, bad thumbnail. CPM went from 8.5 to 12.0. Okay. Yeah. Thumbnails were something that took me a little bit to figure out. And they're still not perfect. Do y'all notice that, like I've seen the bigger creators go away from it. Putting like words in the thumbnail doesn't really do anything anymore. Old views will be taken away, should show back up when you republish, and they won't count towards anything either way. Okay. But I still have the credit for all those other views, right? Like when I make that private and the old views are taken away, it doesn't come off of my total views or watch time. That's what I'm asking. Like say I put a video that's got 1,000 views just for easy math. I private, make the thumbnail and launch it again. I still have those 1,000 views, right? In my studio total. Yeah, I'm getting away from text and thumbs. A great pic gets more views. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Is what I've noticed. I've stopped putting text and thumbs unless I just need it to get the point across. Right. Okay. Thanks, Grant. I was just making sure. I mean, I thought that's what it was, but I wanted to make certain before I did any of that. Also, equipment's a thing now. Both boys at home on the computers, you know, for school. Views will come off when you make it private. They will come back when you republish. Dates on these views don't change. Okay, great, awesome. Do either of y'all use a thumbnail? What would you call it? Photo library. You can use different pictures. Like I said, this is like the only thumbnail I can get right now for myself. So do you have a photo library you can use for like Photoshop or something? If so, what do you use? I use Creative Commons pics usually. Creative Commons and YouTube, you can get pictures off of there too. I didn't know that. Or is that Google? Like search Google Creative Commons. That made me feel stupid. Sorry. Hope I didn't scuff you up there. Library of photos on PixArt works well for me. PixArt is the app where you can cut like a face or something off of the photo and then put that onto a different background. Right? I think I did that with a stringer full of fish on one of my thumbnails. We got pretty good results for a thumbnail. PixArt library I call all free stuff Creative Commons. Oh, okay. Because I use the YouTube Creative Commons for like little video snippets when I'm making like the 5 list or something like that. Yeah, you can cut backgrounds on PixArt. Yeah. I also used it for the flea market challenge thumbnail. Hour and 5 minutes. Wow. Take that, YouTube. Hoping when people are seeing I'm going live again to get some people in here. I said YouTube doesn't really promote or recommend my videos much anymore. What do you got in the bag, Stanley? What's coming up next? Two Creative Commons. Anyone can post to that, and nobody checks to see if they are using copyrighted material there. You can be flagged for that. Supposedly that's what it's for, the Creative Commons thing. I hate that. I mean, I really do. Hey, anybody can post to this and give you a copyright strike for something that is meant to be shared for the public. But yeah, good info. Season 3 starts April 13th. Filmed a handful of vids for it I've been holding on to. Cool. Awesome. Y'all do your videos in seasons? I don't post every week. Man, my channel goes like it did. I wish I could get away with seasons. No. Sorry, the breeze started to blow everything away. But, hopefully the lives keep my channel active a little bit, and then they ease up on some of the shelter in place stuff next week or two. Especially now, this is a time of year where everything starts heating up. Get on that spring bite, everything moves shallow. This is the best time of year for us bank guys. I do seasons, but I still post weekly. Seasons or more for playlist purposes. Okay. I think I kind of understand. I think I gotta start making more playlists. I was working on a series for, I was hoping the series would, because if you make it part of a series, then YouTube recommends the next in the series. Somebody watches it. You know, before everything went to poo. Hey, I'm finally getting credit for Grant, or Stanley, or whichever one it wasn't giving me credit for before. The more playlists, the better. Oh, okay. I think I've got like 10 now. But I got no problem making more. There's probably people who've got 100, I don't know. Yeah, Stanley, we're gonna work on that Texas trip. Whatever we can go get. I'll buy the beard. Excuse me. What are you going after tomorrow, Grant? You said you're headed to a private pond. Panfish, bass, what are you after? You have about a month to hit 3K. You had me at beer. The more playlists you have, the more content you can fit on the front page of your homepage. Makes you look loaded when people land there. Grant's going after crappie tomorrow. Crappie, however you pronounce it in your part of the world. Some parts that call them white perch. Never understood that. I'm like, but do you only call the white crappie white perch? I know, I'm watching it close, kind of excited to be in your neighborhood. Okay. Oh, you're going to hit 3,000 subscribers. Oh, awesome. Glad you guys continue to grow. You know, I hit 1K before, I think Stanley. I hit 1K before Stanley. I don't know if I think Grant might have beat me to it. But I hit 1K before Stanley and just went. But I'm excited. You're growing, Stanley. I'm not. Jealous or petty. Just hope I can grab a hold of your coattails and hit a couple more. His 2-year mark. That's right. Oh. Might be my 3-year mark's coming up. You talking about how many years you've been doing YouTube? Is that his 2-year mark or 3-year mark or whatever? He hit 1K the day before his 1 year. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but your impression of the sinking ship made me laugh. You guys all have my word. If my channel hits, we all hit. Sinking ship. Oh, yeah, sorry. Like my sinking ship, yeah. So 3K at 2-year would be cool. I got up to 1,050, then lost 20 subscribers. Then got up to 1,050 and lost 25 subscribers. Then got up to 1,050 and lost 20 subscribers. Right now I'm at like 1,038. I hit 1,000 last year. Like I was saying, I hit 1,000 before Stanley did. But also, I had some things happen after that 1,000 that really damaged my channel up. The house, that not having a place of my own to make videos and do things, and having that concern. When we first started staying where we're staying now, the internet didn't have the capacity to upload and do things. Then, of course, something that affects fishing channels more in the Northeast than the Southwest is winter. We haven't had ice fishing in 2 years. So the water temps get cold, that turns off the fishing, but it doesn't get cold enough to freeze the safe ice. I'll take 1,000 views over 1,000 subscribers every day of the week. Yeah, me too. Well, you need both. So right now that I've already got the 1,000 you need, I'll take 1,000 views over 1,000 extra subscribers. Man, if you can get back into lives, you can kickstart again. You want to? Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason I was asking about the what happened, what we all need to do now since Hangouts is gone. Me and you do one together. Me and Grant do one together. Me and anybody can do one together. And keep retweeting Michael Iaconelli. It's about time that son of a gun answered me. He follows me and gives me likes and everything. I want one comment out of him before I die. I want one comment out of him. Like, all he gives me is a thumbs up. I'm like, well, okay, well, can you whistle? You know, maybe if we all bug Ike, he'll do it. I mean, that's more interaction than the other pros give me on any of my social media. But, well, no. Besides Bill Dance, Bill Dance has commented, liked, followed, even taking a picture with me. But Ike's one of the few pros that actually follows you back. True that. True that. Subscriber numbers are all for vanity, at least till 10K, and really under 100K. Who gives a shit? Yeah, no kidding. As long as I've got the 1K, right now I just want watch time. Disappeared. Was that okay? We'll have to egg him on in your tweets now. I hear that about Ike. I was laughing about that earlier. Yeah. He likes it. Anything I tag him in, he at least gives me a thumbs up, gives me a like. And he does actually follow me back. Uh, there are big YouTubers who think they're too big to follow you back. I'm like, Ike follows me back, man. You know, Ike helped launch One Rod One Reel's career when One Rod One Reel was first coming up, and he started to become one of the premier fishing YouTube channels. Ike invited him over to New Jersey to go fishing with him, and then after that, One Rod went through the stratosphere. There you go, Stanley. I'll give you a sinking ship and a rocket ship. Figured there's going to be a GIF or a meme of me soon. But so Ike helped launch One Rod One Reel, and then the entire concept of Goo Gun Squads was actually Mike Shane, One Rod One Reel. It was his idea. It was his thought. He went further faster than the four that were originally Goo Guns. They all grabbed a hold of his coattails. They sure did. They all grabbed a hold of One Rod One Reel's coattails and let One Rod One Reel build their career. I mean, they all had a similar ideal. If you're going to have a collaboration unit, you need more than just one creator, obviously. Maybe some of us guys the same size can do something similar. One day we can all collab together, do the hangouts together. But now One Rod's back, but in the Goo Guns. But originally it was the five of them, and it was actually One Rod before Flair. Flair kind of came along at the tail end because he was with Lucky Tackle Box. He was the one that wasn't with Mystery Tackle Box at the time. Flair went with Mystery Tackle Box when the opportunity to be a Goo Gun came along, which now looking back was good business since I think Lucky Tackle Box went under, right? Lucky Tackle Box went under, didn't bother telling anybody. Just nobody got their boxes for like 2 months. One of the guys from Lucky Tackle Box went over to make monster bass. Sorry, traffic. And y'all use any of those subscription box services? I had Lucky Tackle Box for a little bit. I had Mystery Tackle Box for a little bit. You know, I at least got the first $5 one. I haven't given Monster Bass a try yet. I might. Alex Rudd's with them. Alex Rudd did a live with me last year. I met him at the Classic. We're from the same area, Tennessee. So I Instagram message Alex Rudd back and forth sometimes. He's a good guy. Good channel too. He's a good bass fisherman. He's a wealth of knowledge if that's what you're looking for in your bass fishing YouTube channel. He's a wealth of knowledge. Tackle, action, what it does, when to fish it, how deep to fish it, how fast to fish it, what to fish it with. He's probably one of the more knowledgeable bass guys down there. He reminds me a lot of Gene Jensen, Fluke Master, back in his earlier days, his instructional tutorial videos. I used to watch them a lot. Fluke Master back when he was the biggest thing around. Darren's Northern Life just uploaded. Hello, I hear that about Ike. I was laughing about that earlier. Yeah. Yeah, Ike's my favorite. And he's my favorite because he does at least follow you back. He interacts with you. I mean, a like is more than Kevin Van Dam's ever gave me. But Ike's also my favorite because I watch Ike fish. And if you had to ask yourself, if you could only fish with one of these guys ever in your life, you had your choice. The guys who fish now, if you had your choice, you could only fish with one of these guys in your life. I say Mike Iaconelli. And if it's between Kevin Van Dam and Mike Iaconelli, Kevin Van Dam might be the best bass. He's probably the best smallmouth bass angler ever in the Elite Series. He might be the best angler ever to fish the Elite Series. But he's also, I don't know. There's no polite way to put it. It's like he's got a stick up his butt. I've never one time watched Kevin Van Dam and go, man, I bet that guy's a blast at parties. Like, man, what a snore fest. But you watch Ike fish, I think a day of fishing with Ike would go out like that because you'd be entertained all day long just watching Ike fish. I could watch Ike fish and be entertained. I didn't even have to fish. I could just watch him fish and be entertained. Because I've always said, I'm like, man, I bet that guy's a blast at parties. Yeah. I bet that guy's a blast to hang out with. Yeah, as far as the best to fish the Elite Series, Kevin Van Dam's up there. Him or maybe Roland Martin. Roland Martin's probably caught more bass than Kevin Van Dam. That might be it. You know, Bill Dance is like the godfather to us because he was the first one to really entertainment fishing. He was the first one to really put this on TV, to make more of a TV show out of it than just, hey, let's watch the tournament fishing. Then you had guys like Jimmy Houston came along, tournament fisherman, but then they had Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Babe Winkleman, he wasn't a tournament fisherman. I used to watch him on the weekends. Y'all remember Babe Winkleman Outdoors? It's pretty good times. Babe Winkleman was one I remember that wasn't a bass angler. You know, he would catch panfish or muskie, northern pike out of Minnesota near the Minnesota-Canadian line. Lake of the Woods, I think, was his home lake. Y'all remember Babe Winkleman? Y'all watch anybody growing up like that? And if so, who was your favorite? Wind's knocking things around. But yeah, that was they would come on Saturday mornings after cartoons. My kids think I'm crazy, or think we're from the Stone Age. You remember cartoons came on one day a week? Woke up early on Saturday morning, got your big bowl of cereal, go sit in front of the TV, watch Scooby-Doo. Start the morning out with Scooby-Doo, head into Captain Planet, finish the afternoon out, and then fishing would come on TV. Boy, can you imagine if everybody in the world was stuck inside like they are right now, like in our day when we were kids. 3 TV channels you got us to change. Reagan made a speech, Alf was gone, your whole night was shot. Oh, do apologize, I kicked the table there. I remember that as a kid. Oh no, president's on TV. I wanted to watch Full House. Or Alf, or Perfect Strangers. I used to watch Perfect Strangers. I noticed Perfect Strangers made a comeback in HBO's The Leftovers. Watching some of that during this. What are y'all watching right now? Who y'all watching? Watching YouTube? Watching TV fishing shows? HBO movies? What's everybody got going on? Maybe I'm talking to myself in here now. Two people in here. What's next on your anybody gets back in here? What's next on your goal list? Kayak fishing? Anybody buying a boat? New rod and reel, what are you looking at? Tackle suggestions. What we got going on? Any suggestions? Yeah, I wash my hands like 193 times a day. It's crazy. My nails have never been that clean. And I'm socially distanced, so stopped shaking hands like a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, I guess. You wonder if, I heard somebody ask this today, you wonder if shaking hands after this will be something we tell our kids we used to do. What will replace it? I heard somebody say something like the Japanese bow or the curtsy. I'm thinking for guys like us, it'll be the dude nod, hey, what's up? The dude nod, hey, what's up? Hey, how you been? No. I mean, I know there's the elbow thing now, the elbow bump. The elbow bump, you still got to get within 3 to 6 feet of somebody. The dude nod, hey, what's up? Let's see if we can get that trending. The fishing dude nod, hey, what's up? Alright, well, looks like this live is going to be cut short in about a minute. Hour and a half tonight, that's not too bad. Appreciate everybody that's coming in. Appreciate everybody that showed up tonight, not before last. Everybody's playing the playlist and watching the videos now. If you're grabbing this channel to your friends, I appreciate it. Go ahead and anybody that comes in watches this later, if you haven't already, we really appreciate if you click that red subscribe button. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for us if you come in and watch it. That really helps all our channels. Leave comments and any prior videos in the past. If you watch this later or watching it now, I try to answer all my comments. And hopefully soon the world gets back to normal and we all get back to fishing. But, guys, thanks so much for watching. See y'all later. Tidelines, everybody. Have a good night.